Varsity Media proudly welcomes you to McQuaid High School here in Brighton, New York, as an interesting matchup today between Section 5 and Section 6. Good afternoon, Gene Battaglia along with Joel Bethazer as the McQuaid Knights, one of the top teams in Class B here in Section 5, but not only are they taking one of the top teams in Section 6, St. Joe's, one of the top teams in New York State, if not the country. St. Joe's coming into today, ranked 7th in New York State. Joel Bethazer on color today, and this is going to be quite an interesting test here for the home team, McQuaid.
Yeah, it's no doubt this St. Joe's team is one of the best in the state, and they've actually been to Rochester a few times. They played some Rochester opponents.
We'll pause now for our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McQuaid Jesuits Tom Seymour Field for this evening's lacrosse match between the St. Joe's Marauders and your McQuaid Jesuit Knights. We would like to remind all spectators that the use of obscene words and gestures is prohibited by Section 5 and McQuaid Jesuit Athletics and will not be tolerated. The use of such language and gestures only reflects poorly upon the school, the team, and the individual. As a reminder, there is no smoking on school grounds. Thank you, and enjoy tonight's athletic event. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our country's national anthem.
You're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Good evening. Gene Battaglia with you as we're joined by Joel Bethazer as tonight, or today, this afternoon. It's a 5 o'clock face-off here Eastern Time. And welcome everybody watching, not only in Buffalo and Rochester, but wherever on the Varsity Media Sports Network. St. Joe's at 12-1, but that one, they played the best team in the country, Culver Academy. So this is a team that can play with anyone, not only in New York State, but in the country today. But on the other hand, McQuaid gave him a game. You were a part of that game coverage earlier this year on Varsity Media.
They did, yeah. McQuaid actually jumped out in front of 8-1 in that game. So a great start for McQuaid, but St. Joe's just stuck with it, made a great comeback, and ended up winning by a few goals at McQuaid.
Talking with head coach Terry Corcoran of the McQuaid Knights before the game. This was a team that McQuaid lost to last year by a 13-7 score, and he said the difference last year in that game was just simply the clearing, that they are just so vicious, St. Joe's. When it comes to that, they will rotate 4 defensive middies in and out, and he identified that as the key today, other than the normal stuff, ground balls and
sure.
and face-offs and the normal stuff. But this is a team, as good as St. Joe's is. Last year, it was McQuaid giving them a game, the loss going 13-7.
Yeah, they gave him a good game last year, and, McQuaid's coming off a big win over Penn Yan just a couple days ago, so they're playing with a lot of confidence, so we expect a really close matchup here again today against a really tough St. Joe's team.
Yeah, this is a St. Joe's team that has, in that win over Penn Yan 5-4, this is a St. Joe's team that is not unfamiliar with Section 5.
Right.
Having defeated Pittsford by 12-7 score, they took care of Aquinas 13-5. Rondequoit, that game we were talking about back on April 9th, 13-9, and then a win over Brighton. And Brighton played, and Brighton's pretty good too, but
yeah.
Brighton played them close at 13-11, so it's not like this game is unattainable today. And plus, on top of that, St. Joe's had their prom last night. Now, I don't know if it was the junior or senior prom, but Joel, if we think back to those days, Everybody having a little fun, so we'll see how much sleep some of these boys got. We're glad you're with us here on the Varsity Media Network. Thanks to today's game sponsor, BLAX Lacrosse, who provides all its club members with individual player development and team-building skills while bringing national college exposure through participation in competitive and elite tournaments. The face-off, and we are underway here, is for the McQuaid Knights. Jack Miller gets it, shoots and scores 7 seconds into the game. That is quite the start for the McQuaid Knights.
Wow, you couldn't really draw up a better start. We'll take another look at this opening face-off win by Miller. Just takes it right down the field, puts it in the net, and just like that, McQuaid up 1-0.
That is the opposite of the face-off, get-off guy, if you will.
Wow.
So Jack Miller, who is a midi, but he will, as we just saw, certainly take it himself from time to time.
McQuaid goal scored by number 16, Jack Miller, unassisted.
For Miller, that's his 6th of the season, 1-0 Knights off the face-off, and that's the long pull for the Marauders, Sam Latour. And now the Marauders in the maroon uniforms. St. Joe's out of Orchard Park, and we welcome everybody watching back in Buffalo today on the Varsity Media Network, as Elvin Muldering will get it into the box, and St. Joe's going to work. Cole Campbell out there as well is Hunter Peruki, number 13. Their leading scorer is Muldering. He's got 34. Kellen Polera with 37 as well.
Good tough defense.
Stripped away. That's Chase getting in there, and he gets the strip. Clearing attempt coming up for the Knights. Angus Chase bringing it ahead. Now he has it taken away, and that is the good ride of St. Joe's going to work with it. Number 13, Hunter Perugi. Throws it along the far side. Plenty of time for St. Joe's to bring it up as Campbell will wait for some help. Peruki near hash. He's guarded by 27, Ryan Martin. Martin with the long pole, keeping an eye on him, not trying to let him get around the corner. Peruki will give it up. 1-0 McQuaid if you're just logging on. Minute and a half into this game. That was the goal by Miller. 7 seconds in, right off the face-off to set the tone here. Trying to tee up the shot. That's Campbell. Campbell, as gets knocked down, flings it. That will still be Marauder ball. Pulera closest to the end line.
This McQuaid team coming off maybe their best defensive performance of the year, a 5-4 win over Penn Yan right here at McQuaid on Tuesday. So this defense is playing well, and the man between the pipes is playing even better too. So look for a big game from the McQuaid goalie, Connor Winters.
Yeah, and Winters not able to get to that one as a goal by the St. Joe's Marauders. That is going to be number 23, Kellen Polera, with his 38th of the season. That comes 2 minutes into this first quarter.
I would say I jinxed him, but he didn't really have a whole lot of chance on that one.
I think you jinxed him, Bill. 1-1 our score. Miller to take the draw for the Knights. Ball popping into the air, and the faceoff won by number 21, Austin Holly. Advancing near side is Muldering.
St. Joe's goal scored by number 23, Kellen Polera.
Behind the cage this will go, Muldering. Muldering guarded by Gavin Carey. And Peruki now will send it back. St. Joe's to reset and spread it out here. 1-1 our score. St. Joe's ranked 7th in the country. Again, big save made. Kicks out, and into the crease this goes. This will go over to the McQuaid Knights. And that was not a jinx that time, as Rapini there making the big save.
Yeah, that was the play we were talking about. Connor Winters came up big a couple days ago. He's been having a fantastic season.
So thanks to that winner's save, McQuaid able to advance, but this is going to be St. Joe's. And Rapini now will send it over to the right side. It'll be a successful clear here for the Marauders. 1-1 our score. Peruki whacking away at him is Hunter Smith. Peruki draws the double team, dishes it back, finds the open man. That's number 9, Evan Mulderig, with his 35th of the season. It's 2-1.
The St. Joe's team can put up goals in a hurry, can't they? They have a few different guys with some gaudy numbers so far this season, and this was just a nice play and a nice finish there by Mulderig.
8:28 remaining in the first. It's now a 2-1 score. Holly to take the draw for St. Joe's.
1 minute penalty for slashing on the McQuaid Knights.
And there was also a penalty there.
St. Joe's goal, scored by number 9, Evan Malari.
Off for the face-off, and that is going to be won once again by Holly, but then ground ball near side. St. Joe's has time to recover, as picking up will be Mulderig. Mulderig stepping into the box, and St. Joe's going back to work, and now St. Joe's controls the pace of play here. This will be problematic if this doesn't turn around. As McGorry and St. Joe's checking in their offensive personnel. As running to the near side will be 29, Cole Campbell. Ball over in the far corner. That will deflect, and as a result, this will remain St. Joe's ball. Polera will inbound from behind the cage. Dishes it far corner. Up top, shot, and beats his man. That's Ryan McGorry. He gets his 30th of the season, and it's a 3-1 game.
That's just a great shot. I mean, really, that's we'll take another look at this outside shot. And McGorry just rips that one. And nicely played, and 3-1 advantage now.
The junior midi making it 3-1 St. Joe's. 7:38 remaining in this first quarter.
30th goal on this season.
Like you said, some gaudy numbers here for the St. Joe's team.
St. Joe's goal, scored by number 8, Ryan McGorry.
Jack Miller trying to get to that. He does. Miller in a little bit of trouble on the far side. 3 men around him, and a smart timeout called the head coach Corcoran there, as Miller was in trouble there, so at least maintaining the possession. And that gives you an idea just how vicious St. Joe's can be there defensively, as Miller had nowhere to go. McQuaid has to burn the timeout.
Yeah, and that was a smart play. I mean, you mentioned that they're having a hard time getting possession, and St. Joe's is capitalizing already on their possession. So you got possession. Miller wins the faceoff. Good timeout there, as he had 3 guys around him.
The BLAX 2019 team is leading the nation in commits, with 11 players already committed to top Division I schools, including Ohio State, Maryland, Michigan, Penn State, and Johns Hopkins, amongst others, thanks to our sponsor, BLAX Lacrosse. Gene Battaglia, Joe Bethazer, as today it is the McQuaid Knights hosting St. Joe's. McQuaid, not a lot of time for them to rest. They'll get tomorrow off, and then they're going to be at Wayne on Monday. And as they get ready here, we're in the month of May. You know what that means. Sectional's right around the corner.
It is right around. It's hard to believe. It feels like we just started. And, just a few weeks away from sectional time. Fun time of year.
Keep waiting for that first 72-degree sunny day here, but
we kind of gave up on it, as we talked about on the broadcast. Maybe around sectionals.
So off the timeout, McQuaid here, and they're going to reverse their field here, so to speak. As bringing ahead Connor Winters, the keeper. He's got a man on the near side. Advancing it ahead, Klimowski. Dropping the ball on the near side, Ettenhousing. And this is actually the first time McQuaid has set up their offense. Their one goal by Miller came in that unsettled situation right off the opening draw. Drop ball on the far side, ground ball whose possession will remain McQuaid's. 5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter, 3-1. St. Joe's with the advantage.
Yeah, you're right. They really haven't had the ball yet in an offensive set, so now's a good chance just to work it around and try to get these offensive players loose and try to get a good opportunity for a goal.
Ryan McKelvey shoots. Oh, and it just trickles wide. Ran right along parallel to the goal line. Did not go in. Clearing attempt here for the Marauders.
Great save. Yeah, that just skipped right across the line. That was close.
Yeah, that's going to be a loose ball. And McQuaid doing a great job with that ride. Sciarello with it. He'll send it ahead in transition, and that's going to trickle through. And Rapini stepping out and racing ahead. And we're going to have a push going against St. Joe's, so the possession will remain McQuaid's.
And that's where this McQuaid team's really dangerous in transition. They do a good job of finishing, and the push stopped that one, so they'll have another chance at this.
Behind the cage this will go. Brangola, number 21. He's one of the seniors on this team. Now he'll try to reverse his field. Playing both sides is Peruki here. Number 13 for St. Joe's. From way out, faking the shot. Now it goes back to Klimowski. Klimowski, 25 yards out, hands it back. We're past the midway point here of this first quarter. 3-1, St. Joe's with the early lead. Shot, goal, going right off the turf, and a flag. 2 flags come down. Paulie Sciarello with the goal. The freshman cutting it to 3-2.
Great. Sciarello. There we go. Now we got a chance to look at this one again. And just a nice spinning move and the nice bounce shot. Top corner, and gets the flag as well, so that's a big play.
3-2 our score. And that would be for Sciarello, his 10th of the season. Miller trying to win this one for McQuaid, getting down and dirty here, both teams. Ball squirts free. Still not maintained. Far side, and a flag coming down, and 2, in fact, from opposite angles here. So let's wait. And this is going to go against McQuaid.
Yeah, so they're going to be right back to even then.
McQuaid goal, scored by number 25, Paulie Sciarello, unassisted. McQuaid penalty, 1 minute slash.
So McQuaid right now man down, shot, and it was a goal. And that's Cole Campbell with his 21st. That's a man-up goal, and that gives a 2-goal lead back here to St. Joe's.
A lot of offense so far in this game. McQuaid's coming off a game where they just 9 total goals, and already we're at 6, just barely halfway through the first. So take a look at this sidewinding shot, just well placed. Nicely done for St. Joe's to push that lead back to 2.
St. Joe's goal, scored by number 29, Cole Campbell. Assist to number 9, Evan Malaric.
Well, so Moldera getting an assist on that, and a face-off won once again by St. Joe's. That's Austin Holly, but then it'll be taken away by the Knights. In trouble on the near side, getting belted was Ryan Martin, and they're going to award the timeout before that ball got coughed up. So McQuaid using their second timeout just to save the possession. So they will have 1 remaining here in this half.
Frantic start so far. Man, this is if you like offense, this is the game you're going to be excited to watch. 4-2 already midway through this first quarter. And I think McQuaid's done a better job settling down a little bit after that quick start. Obviously, they struck first, and then St. Joe's responded with 3 straight goals, but a good job of McQuaid of kind of weathering the storm a little bit.
talking with head coach Terry Corcoran, his concern here today is not necessarily right now. It's when we get into the second half, and that's what happened last year was that this St. Joe's team is just so deep, and we'll be calling different names and numbers, I'm sure, as we go along, and it'll be important to take advantage of the opportunities they get here today. Off the timeout, the officials measuring some sticks, just doing the spot check here.
Yeah, this St. Joe's team with 5 players with 36 or more points on the season, so they can score from a few different players.
"51 degrees here in Brighton. And we did have a little bit of light rain earlier today. Should be able to hold off from it for the rest of this game as Klimowski will evade defenders, does a good job pushing it to the near side. Entenhausen, the sophomore, started as a freshman for this Knights team. He has it behind the cage, and now he'll motion for some help here. Maringola back there, he'll set a pick. Entenhausen in front, and a big save made. Rapini getting in there, and now St. Joe's clearing attempt here. The long pole bringing it ahead. Self-clearing machine with Sam Latour, one of the leaders on this team, team captain 34. St. Joe's in transition, shot goal. That is why they're one of the tops in the state. With the goal 23, Kellen Pulera, his 39th of the season. No, they will wave it off there. I beg your pardon. They waved it off. So in the crease, that will not count. Score remains 4-2. However, the good ride here. Ryan McGorry coming up with it. McGorry thinking goal. McGorry shoots. Short side beats him. Cause turnover, bringing it ahead. His 31st of the season. They can count that one. McGorry making it a 5-2 game.
This team is just taking advantage of every opportunity. Off the turnover right there. Winters just not much of a chance as he sneaks it right over his shoulder, actually. That's just a well-played shot by St. Joe's, and it's 5-2 now.
St. Joe's goal, scored on the rink, Ryan McGorry.
So McGorry's second today, 5-2 our score. And now the X becoming more important here for McQuaid. Austin Holly. Instead, it'll be Miller winning this one for McQuaid. Coming up with a Ryan Martin on the far side. The long pole, again, in a little bit of trouble, weaving in and out of traffic. And he's going to try to hand it off. Getting knocked down, and lots of physical play. McQuaid, flag coming down. This is going to go against St. Joe's, the delayed penalty. With it for the Knights is Nick Opet, number 23.
That was a good job by John Maringola to win that loose ball and create the penalty, too.
So McQuaid with an opportunity here is in no rush. You see the flag on the field. Shot, trying to bounce it over, and now we'll have our man up. Going over the crossbar. Yeah, let's see who it's going to be on. Peruki is taking a long walk as if it's on him. He's just coming over to the bench, so.
Yeah, usually that slow, methodical walk means that the player knows it's on him, and he's just walking over to the penalty box.
So this will be 30 seconds here for the Knights to work with. 3:11 remaining here in this first. 5-2 our score. Just tuning in, a great start for McQuaid as Miller with the quick goal there as that came just 7 seconds in. Jack Miller with the goal. McKelvey now over to the near side. This will go to Entenhausen. McKelvey, far side. And there's a mistake. Is it going to roll out? McQuaid trying to save it. They cannot. St. Joe's man down. They're going to say it over to McQuaid. Just a few seconds remaining here on the man down. Ryan McKelvey fires. Oh, he scores from
What a
25
shot.
yards out. Ryan McKevley with the goal for McKevley. That's his 35th of the season. And we will count that as a man-up goal. 3 goals now for McQuaid. It's 5-3.
Yeah, that was just a rocket of a shot. We'll get a chance to take another look here. McKevley not wasting time, knows the penalty's running out, just wants to get a shot off, and bottom left corner. That's a strike right there for McQuaid.
He's
McQuaid
the
goal scored by number 42, Ryan McKevley.
McKevley, his 35th of the season to lead the team. He's also the captain of the hockey team, so that's a shot from the blue line that went in.
Yeah.
As St. Joe's winning the draw. As now we're under 2.5 remaining here in this first quarter. Polera will push it back. Peruki on the near side at the numbers. Peruki will draw the long pole of Ryan Martin. Peruki shoots, sends it wide, but this will remain St. Joe's ball as number 9, Evan Mulderig, will go over and pick one up off the end line. Mulderig working around the crease. Taking some checks there. Mulderig trying to dive in front, cannot. Penalty coming up. They're going to call that against McQuaid.
Yeah, it's a tough penalty right there. It was hard to see. There was a lot of bodies down there, but it looks like they're going to get a cross check or a push and be man down again. It's definitely hurting them so far this game.
Comes with 1:50 remaining in the first.
McQuaid penalty, 1 minute slashing.
Or slash, okay.
Peruki from the outside. Near side shot, and that will go wide as Campbell got a lot behind that. McGorry to Peruki. Peruki near side. Here's the shot. Save made. Winters making the save as now he'll be behind the crease. Connor Winters in a little bit of trouble there, and they're going to rule it over to St. Joe's. Goalie's got to get a little more help there on a clearing attempt like that.
Yeah, there was nobody around. He didn't really have any outlets. That's a tough turnover.
Still time remaining here on this man up, and there now the goal for St. Joe's.
They just don't really miss many opportunities, at least not so far. And here's another one as they take advantage of the man-up situation. And we'll see the pass out, and the lefty rip just faked the defender a little bit and just put that one past Winters.
St. Joe's goal scored by number 23, Kellen Polera. Assist to number 2, Max DeFranks.
So with 1:09 remaining, that is a man-up goal to make it 6-3. For Polera, that will be his second today. And on the season for Polera, his 39th. St. Joe's winning another draw here, and now with 1 minute remaining, they can they can either put their foot to the pedal here or just play it safe and take it to the quarter. On the road, up by 3 here at McQuaid. Yeah, on the cage this will go. Campbell. And shot deflects now to the near side. Here's another shot off the stick. Bounces high into the air, high as you can imagine. That went off of the stick of Winters. We're down to 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. McQuaid will get that loose ball, and now they would just be wise to play keep away here.
I didn't think that ball was ever going to come down.
I have never seen a ball go that high into the air. It gives you an idea. Now, St. Joe's getting the ball in the ride. This was what McQuaid couldn't do. Last check, second chance here. The shot. Big save by Winters. He'll kick out. Took it right in the kneecap, and he's fired up. keeping this game 6-3 as we've reached the end of the first quarter. You're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. To McQuaid Jesuit High School, Brighton, New York. Gene Battaglia, Joel Bethazer. Glad you're with us here, and we thank you for watching. If you want to give us a follow, Varsity Media on Twitter. You know, the Future Phenoms College Combine is going to be held July 23rd and 24th at St. George's School in Newport, Rhode Island. Participants will work closely with college coaches from leading D1, D2, and D3 schools and receive firsthand feedback on what coaches are looking for during their recruiting process. This is a fantastic opportunity for players to get in front of and learn from their top-tier coaches. Visit ML8 Events. That's ML, the number 8, events.com. for more information. Well, if McQuaid can control the X here, but it's I think their McQuaid coach Terry Corcoran was right on saying clearing attempts here for McQuaid. They've been very tricky here. That's the bread and butter of St. Joe's.
Yeah.
Their defense leads the offense.
Yeah, I think you're right. You hit the nail on the head there. Winning some attempts at the X. You know, they've had a lot of unforced errors today, too. We haven't really seen that much from this McQuaid team lately. And, you know, this St. Joe's team is as advertised, too, so they really have to play a clean game from here on out to be in it at the end.
Jack Miller to take the draw here for McQuaid. And still being fought for, rolling along the near side, and that ground ball will be picked up by Ryan Martin. Team switching sides, but now ground ball. Martin will get it again. Martin dishing it forward, and then it's passed a little high, and McQuaid able to get it along the near side. 42, Ryan McKelvey going in, trying to go short side, bounces it wide. McQuaid will be closest to where it went out as Marangola will have it. Marangola will take it behind the cage. 6-3 our score. St. Joe's leading McQuaid. Klimowski inside the box, sends it. Behind the cage, this will go. Marangola. Now to 42, McKelvey. McKelvey fires, sends it wide. Good opening possession here for McQuaid here. It's gone a minute. Knights will try again. Nick Opet over to Klimowski. Paulie Sciarella, who has a goal today. Sciarella fires and scores. Second of the afternoon for the freshman, 11th of the season. Now McQuaid is only down by 2.
Yeah, pulls him closer. Another great job by the freshman as we get another look at this goal. Just a great job beating his defender on the run. Well-placed shot. Nicely done, and McQuaid pulls within 2.
McQuaid goal scored by number 25, Paulie Sciarella, unassisted.
6-4 our score.
Doesn't look like a freshman out there, does he?
No. Draw one. Austin Holly winning another one, and that shot will sail. Still will be Marauder possession as Kellen Polera to inbound. Polera in the near corner, drawing the long pull of Jared Campbell. Jared Campbell, great story. He's going to go to Pitt as a punter. So some talent here on both sides of the ball for this Knight team. Here's the shot from the outside. Winters getting the stave. Going to stick right on that. He'll put the rebound in a safe place as Ryan Martin clearing attempt on the far corner.
Great job by Winters so far. He's made a few big saves and really keeping McQuaid in the game early.
Campbell throws it away, however. St. Joe's now 4 men around Ryan McGorry, but McGorry's going to run out of trouble. Crossing the midfield stripe, he'll send it ahead. Far side over to Molderig. 6-4 our score. McGorry sends it over to the near side. Kellen Polera with it. Polera behind the cage. St. Joe's working it around. And that'll go off of Polera's hands, out of bounds. Unforced error. McQuaid, the clearing attempt coming up.
Yeah, good defense, and those are the opportunities right now that they have to take advantage of. Just good defensive stops, and let's get a good clear here and see what they can do on offense.
Gavin Carey, the long pole, will hand it back, and this will be the keeper Winters leading the charge. And he flings it ahead, and that is going to be a ground ball. Kicked around. Nobody there for McQuaid. Here in transition, Winters has to double back now with it to Franks, the midi. Taking it wide, looking to dish it off. Chase with it defensively for McQuaid, and McQuaid now settling in here. 6-4 our score. And another unforced error. Marauders looking uncharacteristic on this end of the field here.
Yeah, different start to the second quarter as they played, I don't want to say perfectly, but they played a pretty polished first quarter.
Winters to lead the attack. Now he'll push it far side. And again, another errant pass here. Just the passing for both sides have been off here in these last few minutes. And St. Joe's will take the timeout. 6-4 our score. Timeout St. Joe's. St. Joe's with 2 timeouts remaining. McQuaid with 1. You're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Well, did you know that McQuaid has a rugby team? See, Joel, I learn these things all the time. And by the way, you can watch tomorrow on Varsity Media.
You can. This is a first for Varsity Media. We're going to pull up the graphic here. You can see McQuaid taking on the Syracuse Silverbacks. Pretty cool rugby name, if I must say. It's a conglomeration of a bunch of different schools in Syracuse. And this is a varsity sport, and they're going to be here tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We will be streaming live. So if you want to see some rugby, take a look tomorrow, 1 o'clock, right here at youtube.com/varsitymedia.
Yeah, that's one where I'd have to brush up on the rules, everything. I mean, I'm vaguely familiar, but good for the kids here at McQuaid. And good luck against Syracuse tomorrow.
Some of the most passionate players and fans you'll ever see on these rugby teams. It's a really cool experience.
St. Joe's spreading it around here. Off of the timeout. Maybe that was a good timeout, too, taken by Peter Hudecki, their head coach. Settle things down. This has not been a sharp second quarter. There's the shot. It's going to bounce high over the crossbar, but this will remain St. Joe's ball. That was Kellen Polero. Has 2 goals today, letting that one fly.
Yeah, it was a better look, though. You're right. It was a good timeout to kind of get things organized.
Defensively for McQuaid, that's Hunter Smith, 24, with the long pole. He's not allowing his man to get anywhere close. And hugging the post was Winters. Rebound being kicked out, and Hunter Smith will come up with that rebound. Good defensive stand here for McQuaid, but then dropping the ball, and time to pick it up is Jared Campbell. McQuaid's had some issues here as
just very uncharacteristic of this McQuaid team.
Mike Messinio couldn't get it over in time. Violation against the Knights. 5 minutes gone by here in the second. 6-4. All the goals for St. Joe's coming back in the first quarter.
Yeah, and as sloppy as the play has been, and sometimes by McQuaid, you're only down 2 goals to one of the best teams in the state. So you got to be feeling pretty good about that.
St. Joe's coming into today with a 12-1 record, including 4-0 against Section 5 teams. Here's the feed in front, trying to go to DeFranks. DeFranks gets belted, whistles. Yeah, they're just going to call the push.
Yeah, they played some of the better teams in Section 5, too, with Rondequoit and Pittsford and Brighton, and also in Syracuse, the Christian Brothers, CBA. That's a big win over them, too.
St. Joseph's only lost to Culver, 23-4, but that's a school in Indiana. That trip out to Indiana, and from what I understand, there's no doubt that's the best team in the nation. So
yeah, just based on that score, you got to think how good they are.
Feed, knockdown, intercepted. That's Ryan Martin, and he'll hand it back. So Martin stepping in there like a linebacker, knocking that one down, and Winters will push it over to the far side. So McQuaid getting it again, but this has been the problem, getting it over that midfield stripe, but this time they were able to get the clear as Chase, doing it himself. Sends it over near side. McQuaid in transition. The feed, it's going right through, and that's going to be picked off. Jack Rapini, the goaltender, reading that one, and up and down we go now. Well, if you like your lacrosse with some fast breaks, here we go. McQuaid getting back defensively. St. Joe's will set up their offense with 5.5 remaining here in the second. So first quarter, the score saw a lot of goals. We've only seen one here so far in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a tale of 2 quarters, that's for sure.
Dropped at midfield, but still picked up there. Ryan McGorry, number 8. Over to the far side. Peruki. Back it'll go to McGorry. McGorry stripped again. Again, great defensive play by Ryan Martin. He has been everywhere, 27 for the Knights today. This time he's not able to finish it off, however. Polera will pull back, and St. Joe's will reset their whole offense. Messinio. Make that 13, Hunter Peruki sending it wide. Behind the cage, this goes Molderig. Molderig fires and airmails that, and this still will remain Marauder ball. That's Campbell, the long pole. Defensively, another great stick stay by Winters. You could hear that all the way up here. And still St. Joe's able to control.
He's playing well, especially in this second.
That'll bounce wide. Winters racing to the end, and he beats his man.
He makes a big play right there. Wow.
Good hustle by 15. Connor Winters, the sophomore goalie. And for all McQuaid has done right defensively, this has been the sketchy part.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the beginning of the game, too. This haunted them from last year.
Up along the near side, this will be Campbell. So McQuaid being very cautious as St. Joe's packing it right in the middle of the field. Again, second consecutive time, too cautious. Delay a game going against the Knights.
Yeah, they'll have to find an answer for that soon. It's been tough going so far in the clear game.
6-4 remains our score. And now for this McQuaid defense, you'd have to think, their conditioning is going to be tested here. They have been put to work here this entire second quarter without yielding anything. That is going to go wide this time.
Kept him scoreless, but it's been on this side of the field for quite a while now.
Connor Winters today, his save percentage at 66%. Joel, this is my first time seeing Winters. He is very impressive to me with that size.
Yeah, he is he's very quick, and just
that time with the left knee kicking it wide. Now, that's the good news. The bad news for McQuaid, they're going to be man down again.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's really played good for a while. He actually took over for a really good goalie, too, John Gaglio, who played most of the year last year. And he's really stepped in well. And Specifically, we saw him a couple days ago against Penn Yan, and he was our player of the game, and that was for good reason. Made so many huge saves.
McQuaid penalty, 30 seconds, holding.
So the hold, and do the quick math here, this penalty will expire with about 2:43 remaining on the clock. So we're halfway through this 30-second penalty. Kellen Polera sends it back. Now in front, good position and a goal. Nothing that time Winters can do. As with the goal, that's Cole Campbell for St. Joe's. That'll be his second of the afternoon, the man-up goal.
Yeah, you mentioned nothing they could do. Just a well-executed man-up possession there for St. Joe's. All alone in the middle, and pretty easy goal right there for the Marauders.
St. Joe's goal, scored by number 29, Cole Campbell. Assist to number 8, Ryan McGorry.
Campbell from McGorry, that coming 2:57 remaining, nearly 11 minutes since the last goal by St. Joe's. That makes it 7-4. So we're under 3 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Face off one. St. Joe's now putting their foot to the pedal. Shot. Big save. Winters keeping him in this game.
Yes, he is. Another big save for Winters.
Winters outlet pass, and this time McQuaid not messing around on the clear. That's one way to do it. Just move quickly.
Yeah.
And now, we haven't talked about the McQuaid offense hardly at all.
Right.
And
they're going to turn it over.
Yep. Okay, and the one official overruling here, the other. So this will remain McQuaid ball.
Not sure what the first call was.
The second one I'm not sure either from up here. So there's some conversation on the far side. It will be McQuaid ball. McKevley. Oh, big save. So Jack Rapini saying, hey, listen, Winters, if you could do that, I can do that as well. Here is going to be the save now is within 33. Robert Martin throws it away. Here's going to be the opportunity. Shot in front and the goal. With the goal for the Knights, that's 35. The sophomore Max Ettenhausen. Max Ettenhausen, his 19th of the season.
And those are the kind of plays we're used to seeing from this McQuaid team. Getting the steal right there. McEvely with a great feed to Essinghausen and great finish for the Knights.
McQuaid goal, scored by number 35, Max Ettinghausen. Assist to number 42, Ryan McEvely.
7-5, and if McQuaid can cut this to 1 here, they'd before the half. Travis Jaycox is going to take the draw here for the Knights. Jaycox fighting.
Great job.
He's going to come up with it and loses his footing, gets hit in the back. Yeah, that is going to be a penalty. So Jaycox wins the draw, and now he's fired up, running over his teammates on the side as he'll get off.
Yeah, that got him going. You see that crowd there, or the sideline for McQuaid. They're pretty fired up about that big face-off win and then to draw the penalty. So good man-up opportunity here for McQuaid to cut this to within 1 as we approach the end of the second.
Yeah, 1:57 remaining.
St. Joe's penalty, 1 minute, illegal body check.
So McQuaid with the man up here until 57 seconds remaining in the half, or before that, a goal. McKevley over to the near side to Opeth. McQuaid moving the ball around quickly here. McKevley has it knocked away on the far side. That's the long pole. Robert Martin gets it back. Clearing attempt here for the Marauders. Man down. Near side. The clear will be successful. As ahead, this will go to Kellen Polera. Polera will take it behind the cage. And now a penalty coming up. 2 flags coming down.
So they're going to be content to run this one down, and then they're going to have a man-up opportunity.
As 3 seconds, 2, and now 2 flags coming down. And, all right, we're going to have a lot of laundry on the field right now, Joe.
This one might take a little while to straighten out. There was flags everywhere.
So the penalty against St. Joe's has expired. We have multiple penalties on this coming up with just 56 seconds remaining. I can hear from up here. I think Peter Hudecki, the head coach, is calling timeout. Or he's just maybe using this opportunity while they sort everything out. This is like a free timeout. Just talk to his team.
Much.
Yeah. Well, to me, the reason why McQuaid is in here in this game, it's their defense, Joel. And even though you'd say, wait, they've given up 7 goals. Well, 6 of them came in the first quarter. The second quarter has been much different. Now we get that timeout called by St. Joe's as they sort out all the penalties.
St. Joe's timeout.
So that'll be their final one of the half. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the McQuaid defense, despite those 7 goals, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. And they've made some costly, had some heads-up turnovers that they've forced. Connor Winters in goal has made some big saves, and just a 2-goal game. It's kind of hard to believe after some of these stretches with St. Joe's, but this is still a very close game. Yeah,
for McQuaid, this is a team that only 2 losses on the season. Corning and Baldwinsville, we talked about the 5-4 win over Penn Yan, and now you're going to be playing 2 teams. You're at Wayne Monday, and then Irondequoit comes in on Saturday. Joel, you've seen that Irondequoit team, and that, of course, when you say Section 5 lacrosse, the history of that Irondequoit program, that'll be a good test for this McQuaid team coming up next Saturday.
Yeah, this game and even the game before against Penn Yan, and then their next 2 should be a really good test for them as they get ready for sectionals. Playing Irondequoit, the initial program in Section 5 lacrosse, so they have that storied history, and it's going to be a good battle, and they'll really kind of see where they are heading into postseason, and Wayne is not going to be an easy opponent as well. They're playing really well this year too.
McQuaid penalty, 2 minutes, non-releasable, slash contact to the head. McQuaid penalty, 1 minute, slashing.
So there are going to be 1 man down here, but as our PA announcer mentioned, 2 minutes up on the board here going, so to speak. We're down to 54 seconds remaining here in the quarter, in the half. It's Peruki from the outside, 23, Polera. 38 seconds remaining here in the half.
So regardless of what happens, St. Joe's is going to be a man up for about a minute to begin the second half, too.
Here's the shot from the outside, and Getty a stick in there and goes high. That goes over the protective netting.
Wow.
With the deflection, Mike Messinio getting his stick right in there, went off the shaft of the stick, deflecting out. 19 seconds remaining in the half. The good news for St. Joe's, they're looking right at the clock here. They know exactly how much time they've got at this end of the field.
Yeah, much easier on this end and on the man up.
8 seconds remaining. Here's the feed, far side, chasing it down, but having to make something happen will be Polera, and he's just going to take it to the quarter, take it to the half. 7-5, St. Joe's leading McQuaid. And, Joel, when you were trading text this week, you were excited about this matchup. And anybody watching this, whether it's live or if you're watching this back here, so far at the half, we're seeing some of the best of Section 5 and Section 6 on display here today.
Yeah, it's always fun welcoming in teams from Section 6, Section 3, teams we don't get a chance to see on a regular basis. And, you kind of see them by their record and their common opponent. And you get excited to see these big battles. You got a 12-1 team versus a 9-2 team. And it's lived up to its billing so far. And we've had some pretty good luck, too, on our live streams lately. We've had a string of really close games, and this is shaping up to be yet another one.
Well, we appreciate you watching here on Varsity Media as we'll step aside for the half. Don't go anywhere because these halves go very quickly, as you know. You're watching the Section 5 Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is the time to sign up with Varsity Media for this year's lacrosse season. We offer competitive filming rates for full season coverage of your team. Varsity Media also offers action photography during the lacrosse season as well. To learn more about our services, visit varsitymedia.net or give us a call today.
We are at the half here today in Brighton's McQuaid Jesuit High School. So glad you're with us. Gene Battaglia, Joel Bethazer. As our score 7-5. It's visiting St. Joe's up. First quarter, all the scoring. 6-3 was our score after one. 7-5 here at the half for St. Joe's today. Two players with 2 goals. Cole Campbell has 2. Ryan McGorry has 2 goals as well. So too does Kellen Polera. So Polera, Campbell, McGorry, all with 2. So that is accounting for 6 of the 7 goals today for St. Joe's. For McQuaid, it's been a balanced attack. Miller with a face-off win early on, and 7 seconds in the game, giving McQuaid their only lead at that point. But then they would give up the next 3 goals before getting a goal from Sciarello. Sciarello, the only goal, McQuaid player with multiple goals today, and Sciarello with 2 today. So, Joel, it's cliche to say this is anyone's game, but to me, for McQuaid, when you're facing a team that is ranked 7th in the state here, and all the mistakes that McQuaid has made here today, that's the thing. And probably St. Joe's is saying the same thing too. I mean, we want to say that was a great, well-played game in the second, and defensively, yes, but we did see a lot of unforced errors on both sides.
Yeah, you did, and I think you're exactly right. If you're McQuaid, you got to think this has been maybe the sloppiest game that they've played all season, and they're down by 2 to the 7th-ranked team in the state. So they got to be feeling, obviously not great about their play so far, but the fact that they have a chance and they're right in this game. And then St. Joe's had a similar second quarter as well, where 6 goals in the first, and they're feeling good, and then just 1 there in that second, and they got to be feeling like they let some opportunities slip away too. So be interesting to see how these two teams respond in the beginning of the second half.
We're so glad you're with us here. You're watching the boys Section 5 boys lacrosse game here on Varsity Media Sports Network. The SweetLax Summer Showcase has become one of the best showcase events in the country, and it's attended by college coaches from throughout the Northeast. Last year, over 120 college coaches attended the SweetLax Summer Showcase, representing D1, D2, D3 schools from all around the country. Now, this year's event takes place at Nazareth College. That's on June 21st, and that's open for all 2020 to 2022 players. Visit www.ml8events.com. That's ML8, the number 8, events.com for more information on the SweetLax Summer Showcase. Again, June 21st at Nazareth College.
One of the premier events around and the premier organizations around. We really appreciate the support all season long from SweetLax this year, and look forward to a successful camp season this summer, and this one right in our backyard.
Gene Battaglia, Joel Bethazer, our cameraman Joe Krowecki. At least Joe is staying dry today.
Yeah.
We were 2 weeks ago what that game was, Jenny and Hilton, when the skies opened up at the half.
Yeah, it's been the nice weather's been few and far between, not only for our streams, but really all season for these teams. And the fans, the coaches, the players, the administrators, everybody's ready for nicer weather.
So both teams, the clock reads 0, so we're ready for lacrosse. And if you're watching live here, don't worry about the Kentucky Derby. That doesn't go off till 6:50 tonight. Television will try to trick you to watch and watch and watch. And
you have some time.
Yeah, you got some time. Hang out with us here. So we do not have a face-off. Remember, McQuaid is man down. So the advantage here for St. Joe's is that they, on that 2-minute non-releasable, but then unforced error, it's a ground ball. Diving for that 27, Ryan Martin. However, St. Joe's able to keep it up. Now they're trying the hidden ball trick here thing. 13 and 29 in unison. Not fooling McQuaid on this. Molderig sends it back. Molderig left hash. So big man down here for McQuaid to kill off here to keep this a 2-goal game. Here's the shot and a goal. That's Kellen Pulera with his 3rd of the afternoon, his 40th of the season for the senior attacker.
Yeah, that was a little too easy. Just made a quick little fake and, left winners one-on-one with the leading scorer from St. Joe's, and he's not going to miss from there. Does a great job putting that one in and extending this lead.
St. Joe's goal scored by number 23, Kellen Pulera. Assist to number 2, Max DeFranks.
That's the second man-up goal today for the Marauders. And this matches the biggest lead of the day, too, for St. Joe's. And some confusion there is that 2-minute penalty was non-releasable if you go back to the first half. So you notice McQuaid is without a winger here. And that is not going to help them as St. Joe's will win the draw. Peruki sends it over. Here's the shot from the outside, and Winters, wow, sees that one the whole way, makes that the save, the long outlet pass, trying to find a man in stride. That's Messinio. And McQuaid with some time still to kill here as Messinio to advance.
Yeah, they'd be happy to kill this penalty off, and they might have a chance here.
Oh, sending it over the crossbar high and wide was 35, Max Ettenhausen. So McQuaid only with 3 players now on this side of the field. Now 2 more will check in. Opet buying some time on the far side. Opet gets knocked down, and they're going to call timeout. So McQuaid calling the timeout with Opet in a little bit of trouble. McQuaid maintaining the possession.
McQuaid timeout.
So McQuaid with 2 timeouts remaining here. In this half, we will step aside as well. Our score, St. Joe's 8, McQuaid 5. Here in the third quarter, you're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So glad you're with us, Gene Battaglia, Joel Bethazer, as today McQuaid jumped out to a 1-0 lead. St. Joe's kind of plodding along. You get the feeling, though, that St. Joe's, if they can, at some point, they have the ability here with all that offensive talent to put the foot on the pedal and open this game up wide.
Yeah, if we see more of what we saw from them in the first, that they could really open up this lead. But, got to credit McQuaid. They're still hanging around, just down by 3 with a whole half to go.
Now you're going to notice 2 men here on 42 McKevley. That's because McQuaid is man down. So McKevley is going to have to buy some time here. He's getting a workout here as he will run it wide and take it so far wide that he'll run out near midfield.
Been a long penalty.
And very shortly, McQuaid ready to run back out on the field. And now we're back to even strength. So McQuaid did its job. Maringola stepping on as the 6th man here.
Yeah, being man down for that long, you got to feel pretty good about only giving up 1 goal.
Oped had the stick knocked away from him. And St. Joe's clearing attempt here as Robert Martin on the far side. He'll send it back. As they will get it over in time. Nice pass going to Rapini. Ryan Rapini on the far side. Now he will step off. St. Joe's gets the successful clear. Haruki will hand it over to the right hash. 3 minutes gone by here in the third. Shot, another save by Winters. That shot by Cole Campbell. Campbell was looking for his third, and then just simply dropping the ball, just not realizing it was Messinio. He has enough time to recover. Messinio's going to have to hustle here. Looking on the near side, trying to spin away, and this time it's intercepted. No help for Messinio, nobody to dish it off to with the interception, McGorry. McGorry stepping into the box. St. Joe's goes to work.
Yeah, nobody near him on that clearing attempt, and he had to just try to force a pass, but a good play by the St. Joe's D.
Jared Campbell, the long pole on the far side for McQuaid. He's guarding Polera. Shot from the outside. Winters making the save once again. Again, Cole Campbell denied. Campbell looking for his third of the afternoon. And on the outlet pass, boy, McQuaid, they have not been able to clear as McGorry will have it. McGorry getting around a man. He'll take it to the far side. Campbell and now St. Joe's will be deliberate here in their attack. Ryan Martin, who's had a good game for McQuaid today. Long pole getting out. That will go wide. This is still a Marauder ball. 7:42 remaining here in the third. Dancing around the cage is number 9, Molderig. And that's Nick Young, the long stick midi, with the defensive pressure for the Knights.
His long poles have been asked to play a lot of defense already in this game.
That's Jared Campbell sticking with his man, Kellen Polera. Polera handing it off to Campbell. Campbell in front, and the shot. Oh, DeFrank's denied once again. Winters having a whale of a game. He's fired up, clapping his hands, and the ruling, it's going to go over to McQuaid.
Another big save there by Winters. Wow. That was point-blank range, too.
It's the number 7 team in the state. They scored 6 goals in the first quarter, but since then only 2. As McKelvey will weave through traffic. That is one way to get the clear. McKelvey does it himself. McQuaid sets up their offense. Knights are down by 3 here. 8-5 our score, as we're nearing the midway point here of the third quarter. Klimowski. Schiarello, number 25. He has 2 goals today for McQuaid. Feed gets deflected. Schiarello will watch McKelvey go chase it down 40 yards away. Klimowski is in front. Instead, it's going to go to the near side to Edenhausen. Edenhausen behind the cage of Maringola. Maringola has it swiped away. That's Robert Martin, the long pole. And Martin is having a great game today. Robbie Martin, number 33. But then it is swiped away by number 6, Alex Klimowski. Klimowski then has it stripped away. Back and forth we go, and St. Joe's will come up with it in the end. They're going to get the clear in transition as Sam Latour, the long pole. Team captain will dish it off, and now he will step off himself. Unsettled situation, and then dropping the ball was Molderig. Molderig will chase it down in the near corner. Look how far out McQuaid is coming on Molderig.
Yeah, they're trying not to give him any space.
That's Gavin Carey, the long pole for the Knights, whacking away. Feed from the far side. Another save by Winters. Hunter Peruki was looking for the goal. And the clear here will be successful as Chase, maybe I spoke too soon, as Chase has it knocked away. Ground ball far side. A lot of traffic. Running out of that traffic is Schiarello. Schiarello will take it to the far corner, and he'll hand it off. McQuaid looking for their first goal here in the second half. We had only 1 goal. Our score at the half was 7-5. It's now 8-5. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third. Maringola behind the cage. Maringola still with it, losing the handle. Ball popping out. It'll remain McQuaid ball as trying to save it with Ethan Gross, number 16.
Got to be impressed with these St. Joe's defenders. They are just ball hawks, not giving McQuaid a whole lot of room at all to even get around them, let alone take shots.
McKevley. Eddinghausen taking behind the cage. So McQuaid able to maintain the possession, trying to work it in close. Here's the shot, save made.
Big save.
Jack Rapini with the save. And Sciarello was looking for his third of the afternoon. Quick clear here, unsettled situation. Can St. Joe's take advantage? McQuaid got back defensively.
We've talked about Connor Winters with some huge saves, but Rapini has made some big ones for his team as well.
Mulderig will hand it off to McGorry. And now checking in will be Campbell, 29. 8-5 is our score here. Only one goal in the third. So we're under 3 minutes to go here in the third. The feed between the hashes, spinning around. Getting knocked down and then coming up with it. 24, Hunter Smith. And a penalty coming up. Hunter Smith clapping his hands there as he was able to draw the penalty. It comes with 2:41 remaining.
Just good hustle by Hunter Smith to draw that flag, stick with that loose ball, and just frantic pace on both sides. These defenses are playing tough.
Not sure who they're calling the penalty on, and it looks like it's going to be on 29, Cole Campbell.
St. Joe's penalty, 1 minute. Unnecessary roughness.
So a big man up here coming for the Knights with 2:41 remaining. Can McQuaid take advantage? Top Gun's on the field right now for the Knights. Sciarello, McKevley as they work it around. Behind the cage this will go. Ettenhausen. Opet with it from way out. Looking like he was going to fire. Instead of the feet going in front, that's going to be tapped around as that pass by McKevley was knocked down. Clearing attempt here for the Knights. As there's about 20 seconds remaining on this penalty here to the Marauders. This is going to be the keeper himself, Rapini, sending it ahead. So I have this penalty expiring in 5 seconds. So St. Joe's will do the job, and there's the feed on the far side, and we're back to even strength here.
Just a nice job by St. Joe's to kill that penalty off and get the ball back nice clear, and a chance to push this lead to 4 if they can.
Yeah, we're down to 1:25 remaining in the third. And the thing that's changed here for St. Joe's, their defense just tightened up here in this third, allowing no goals in this quarter so far.
Not even a lot of shots either.
That shot by Peruki will go wide, the junior midi. This was a period where St. Joe's started with essentially a two-minute
right
penalty. That's always a nice advantage, just when you can hold on to the ball that long. They did not score on that.
Plus the minute to end the first half as well, so essentially a 3-minute penalty.
53 seconds remaining in the corner. Here's the shot, and I think getting a piece of it. I thought I heard a deflection. Polera sends that wide. McQuaid bench fired up here. 49 seconds remaining in the quarter. Cole Campbell sending it out. With it, McGorry. McGorry fires, another save by Winters. Didn't know where the rebound was. Goes to the near side. 35 seconds remaining in the quarter. Whistle in the crease, and, well, no. I thought that was going to be a crease violation. They will say it was a push against McQuaid. This will remain Marauder ball. 33.7 remaining here in the quarter. Campbell behind the cage. Drawing the long pole at Chase. Campbell in front. Gets belted. Ground ball. Coming up with it, but a whistle. Martin got that ground ball. And it'll be McQuaid ball.
Hey, I'm not sure what that call was, but you're right. It's going back over to the Knights.
And they'll just send it back here, and McQuaid just might play it safe here, trying to get it over. Campbell, Winters on the far side, sending it over to Campbell. And getting it over will be Klimowski. 4 seconds remaining. Can Klimowski get a shot going? He'll send it back at the horn, the shot, and then seeing that one the whole way. McKevely, who scored from that range earlier in this game, but seeing that the whole way was the keeper, Jack Rapini. Jack Rapini keeping McQuaid off of the board in that third quarter. As we head to the fourth, it's St. Joe's 8, McQuaid 5. You're watching the Section 5 Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Fans, why settle for watching games after they've been played? Varsity Media brings the action to you live. Contact us today to learn more about streaming your events live. 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. We highlight your life.
Well, stay tuned immediately following the conclusion of our game today to see who will be named the BLAX player of the game. And, Joel, I think it's much too soon here. I'm not going to tease anything here. This is but for McQuaid, they're down by 3 as we look at what adjustments. I've been saying this all along, just the clearing here. If they have more offensive sets, that might lead to more opportunities here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been, some of the unforced things that they can clean up here in this final period. It's the clearing game, some turnovers. So they have every chance to make a nice comeback here to finish out this game.
Campbell with 2 goals, McGorry with 2 goals. And also Polera. And Polera now with 3.
Yeah, he's got 40 on the season now for the senior.
Well, the X is going to become important here, and this is going to be Jack Miller, the sophomore, who started this game, won the faceoff, and then ran right up the middle of the field and scored, catching St. Joe's off guard. So Miller to take the draw against Austin Holly. Holly has done all the work here for St. Joe's today at the X.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. And if you're McQuaid, you're looking for another one of those big plays from Miller.
Whistle. Ball going back. And McQuaid. The Knights come up with it. That's Jack Miller winning the draw, going to get that ground ball. And now he will get off here, the Fogo, as this will be McQuaid down by 3 here. McKevely on the near side will fling it, and McQuaid will spread it out here. 8-5 our score here as we are now in the fourth. In the far corner, it's Paulie Sciarello with 2 goals today. Klimowski to the near side. Sciarello, this empty set here is McQuaid. Now Sciarello he's faking the drop down low, but now he'll camp out behind the cage. Now at some point here, Joel, you would figure somebody will cut in. And there we have coming to the center here will be 21, Maringola.
Yeah, I'd expect McEvely to take a couple runs at this too. The leading scorer for McQuaid, try to see if he can create some opportunities.
Now this might be the longest set here for McQuaid so far today.
This might have been by strategy or by on purpose as well, just to get a chance to keep the ball, keep possession.
Spinning back to McKevley. Lost the handle. He's got to go pick it up. Now, no slow play warning here yet, but you figure that's going to come at some point here.
Pretty soon, you would think.
McKevley fires a big save by Rapini. Got down low. Rapini trapping it in the crease. It's Joel, you called for it, McKevley. That's exactly where you want to shoot. McQuaid on the ride, making it happen is Gavin Carey sending it ahead, and stepping into the box is Klimowski. Now Klimowski trying to create a little space, and he'll just kind of scoop it over to McKevley. With the defensive pressure there, Kyle Ganciorek. Long stick midi for St. Joe's. Behind the cage this will go. Ground ball. Klimowski trying to get for it. Klimowski trying to shovel it ahead. And it'll be, you could hear from up here, white ball. As Klimowski's slow to get up.
Great hustle by Klimowski on that play, and actually he's going to possibly come off. I tell you, he had one of the best goals of the season a couple days ago on our broadcast, so check out Varsity Media on Twitter to see if he made our top play of the week next week. It was a good one.
McKevley sends it over to the far side. And then, can he save it? He cannot. An unforced error. Nobody around Nick Opet there on that feed, and Opet could not handle it. Now a very big ride here coming up here for McQuaid, down by 3, and St. Joe's will break that, as going ahead will be Willett. Willett will now get off himself and add some of that depth here on the St. Joe's team. Now, Joel, if you're St. Joe's, 8:45 now and counting in this third, you're in no rush here leading by 3.
No, I think you continue to play your game on offense, just try to create some opportunities. But you're right, I don't think they're going to be in any rush to force anything.
Polera. Or whether we Galante, make that 29. Cole Campbell will send that wide. Campbell with 2 goals today, looking for his third. Feed in front dropped, and that is going to be a push called against Jared Campbell.
Yeah, pretty easy call. He has played a great game, though, today, Campbell.
St. Joe's fans here wanting a call going against McQuaid, but it still will be St. Joe's ball here. Peruki gets a pick. That's McGorry setting it. Peruki now taking it to the far hash. He's drawing Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith, a defenseman who's been everywhere here today. Another freshman doing some good things. There's the shot that'll go well wide. It still will be St. Joe's ball. All right, so this possession's been over a minute in the making here for St. Joe's.
Got to think this is what they want, though, and they're still getting some opportunities and eating away at this clock.
From the outside, and that is going to be the goal. 29, Campbell with his third of the afternoon. For the first time today, it's a 4-goal lead for the visitors from Buffalo.
Yeah, biggest lead of the game. We take another look at just a nice feed over to Campbell, and a good low shot. Nicely done, and well-placed shot by Campbell to push this lead up to 4.
St. Joe's goal, scored by number 29, Cole Campbell. Assist to number 8, Ryan McGorry.
So they'll give McGorry an assist on that. McGorry now with a goal and an assist today. 2 goals and an assist. Two goals and 2 assists. Fine staff at McQuaid here helping out. See, my hands get cold and I can't write down every assist, Joel.
It's starting to get a little chilly.
Face-off one here by St. Joe's. And I don't want to say knockout punch here, Joel, but now St. Joe's in a great position here.
Yeah, you got to figure one more goal, and it's going to be tough sledding for McQuaid. But just as we say that, they come up with a big turnover.
Yep, that is a big swipe there. Nick Young getting that swipe, and now on the far side, the ground ball. And it's been the problem today for McQuaid. The clearing attempts just have not been crisp whatsoever. Sam Latour with the caused turnover, and that will result here in the clear as Polera now bringing in Polera, looking for his fourth of the day. Lost the handle, trying to kick it away. Create a little space. Can he save it? Diving attempt by Kellen Polera. And this will go out of bounds over to the Knights.
Good also there, but great job by the McQuaid defense knocking that one out. But you love seeing that all-out dive by a player for a ball.
Now it's got to be go time for the Knights. And here is McKevley feeding it down low. Tic-tac-toe! On the back end of it, that's Max Edenhausen. The second of the day, and that gets a little bit of life here from McQuaid. They're down by 3.
Yeah, that was pretty. We get a chance to take a look at the replay on that one. That was bang play. Good job by McKevley to start that one. Good feed over to Ettenhausen for the nice finish. Nicely done for McQuaid to cut this lead to 3.
So for Ettenhausen, that is his 20th of the season, second today. This young McQuaid team. Ettenhausen, sophomore, Chiarello, freshman.
Graduated a lot of talent from last year.
Sophomore goalie winners. Yeah, there's you're going to have a McQuaid team that's going to have some talent for a few years here.
McQuaid goal scored by number 35, Max Eddinghausen. Assist to number 23, Nick Opetz.
So they'll give the assist to Opet on that. And if this were hockey, they would give the secondary assist to McKevley on that.
Yeah.
So that was I always wondered why we couldn't go with a secondary assist in lacrosse. But
yeah, it'd be nice, especially on goals just like
that.
Yeah,
you deserve McKevley on that. And so we'll do the face-off here right on that McQuaid logo. Fighting for this, Travis Jaycox. Still being contested. That's going to kick in to McQuaid territory. Campbell had a handle on it for a split second. That's going to now go wide. Martin chasing it down. He comes up with it. But then that's knocked away again. St. Joe's to get it. Flinging it ahead. Another ground ball. Unsettled lacrosse here. And now McQuaid to advance. Nick Opet in transition. Opet trying to do it all himself here as now this will be picked up and a big hit delivered as going to the ground was chased. Now alone scoring 42, Ryan McKevley. McKevley makes it a 2-goal game with 5:29 remaining.
Oh, that was frantic. There was a lot going on in that play. And great job by McQuaid to stick with it and come away with that loose ball and the nice finish, the nice feed for Ettenhausen to McKevley to bring McQuaid within 2. Whew.
The McQuaid goal scored by number 42, Ryan McKevley. Assist to number 35, Max Eddinghausen.
Seemed like the world's longest loose ball right there.
Nobody could get to it. McKevley, his second today, 36th of the season. And so where it was looked like St. Joe's was ready to get out the ether and call this a day. Now McQuaid very much in this game, but a big face-off win for the Marauders here, who lead by 2, 5:15 remaining. Peruki. Back this goes between the hashes. Peruki fires and a flag coming down.
Yeah, he drew that one. That was a fairly easy call to make right there, so going to be another man-up situation for St. Joe's.
Only the hold call. It's going to go against McQuaid. This comes with 4:47 remaining. Whistle blowing. So 30.
Penalty, 30 seconds. Holding.
So this release at 4:17. St. Joe's with 2-man-up goals here today, and then losing the handle on the far side was Galante. He's able to pick it up, sends it back. McGorry pulling back. And now that penalty will release here. In front, however, in the unsettled situation, it goes as an even-strength goal, but McQuaid didn't have the defender in time, and that'll be Galante with the goal, 24.
It's a good job by St. Joe's at the end of that penalty to take advantage as the McQuaid defender was coming on. Just a great cross-field pass and a nice finish by Galante.
Scored by number 24, Trevor Galante. Assist to number 23, Calvin Polera.
Yeah, it was a great look by Polera on the play.
So Polera, the 3 goals today, getting an assist there. 10-7 is our score, 4:13 remaining. And again, that penalty had just released. McQuaid needs this one as Jack Miller fighting for it. It's going to roll out of bounds. Officials looking at each other.
That was definitely off of St. Joe's leg.
Now they're going to roll it over to St. Joe's.
Oh, they missed that one.
Trevor Willett will get in the box here. Galante. Brian McGorry, the junior. Sending over 13, Hunter Peruki. Peruki losing his footing, popping back up. Sending it behind the cage. And that pass gets intercepted by Winters, the keeper. Now McQuaid, no time to waste here as Winters looking to advance. Now to the near side to Campbell. Crowd getting antsy here. They know they got to get it over. Winters far side. He's going to throw it away. Ground ball in front of the McQuaid bench. Still being contested. That 50-50 ball, and they're going to have a timeout call. So McQuaid came up with a possession, and we'll give the ground ball to Gavin Carey, 22 on that. McQuaid using a timeout with 2:45 remaining. St. Joe's is leading by 3, 10-7. We'll take a break. You're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Welcome back to Brighton, and if you're watching from Buffalo, where is Brighton? Well, we're just outside the city of Rochester. The hill you're seeing to the back, that's not Cornhill, that's Cobb's Hill. So the other hill here in the city of Rochester, that's Pinnacle Hill. See, I should know these things. I live here. As now here will be McQuaid off of the timeout. 2:40 remaining.
Still plenty of time.
Klimowski. McKevley now is going to bring it back. You wonder if he's going to try to work it in himself. McKevley dishing it off. Here's the shot, and that goes wide. Edenhausen got a lot behind that one.
He had a chance to really fire that one off. But I like the play, though. McEvely's drawing a second defender on him, creating that open opportunity for somebody else. So see if they go back to that.
McKevley sending it back here to Klimowski. Klimowski, far side. Now we're down to 2 minutes remaining. Klimowski faking the shot. Here's the shot, the bounce shot, and making the save once again, Rapini. And St. Joe's one clearing attempt, and with a 3-goal lead, chance to close this game out. However, McQuaid doing what they can here on the ride. Right up the center of the field comes 15, Trevor Willett. Willett running into the box, clear successful here, and you figure this will do it. No, what do we have?
I wonder if they called him already to keep it in.
Yeah. The offside call is it'll be McQuaid here getting the possession. And now with the Winters is going to have to try to do this himself. As now he will step off. The important clear. McKevley fires, sends that wide, but he had no choice but to let it go, and nobody home on the back line there. Now we're down to 1:05 remaining.
Yeah, I can't really fault him there, though. I mean, you got to take some chances. You're down by 3.
Willett once again, just like last time, got the clear. And this time, St. Joe's will call the timeout. 55 seconds remaining. And barring something miraculous, St. Joe's will have survived this game here at McQuaid today.
Timeout.
We will
St.
take a
Joe's.
break and have more coming up. You're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Well, don't go anywhere following the game. You'll want to stay tuned immediately following the game as we'll see who will be named today's Sweet Lax Player of the Game. We do have candidates for this St. Joe's team, a very balanced attack. Polera with 3, Campbell with 2, McGorry with 2. Not to look past Jack Rapini, the goaltender today, who's made a few big key saves.
Yeah, they've had some good performances by a number of players, like you mentioned. And, we've had a lot of goalies this year, so you can't count out Jack Rapini, who's come up with some timely saves today. But stay tuned right after for our Sweet Lax Player of the Game.
So this is St. Joe's ball here off of the timeout. And the only thing McQuaid can do, will they pull out Connor Winters here and double team him on anyone?
Yeah, I think you just got a double at this point.
45 seconds remaining in the game. Now Winters will come out and try to double. As McQuaid getting aggressive, and too aggressive, in fact, is the helmet coming off of Kellen Polera. So Polera, helmet coming off, and this will seal today's fate for McQuaid. 37 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we're going to have a penalty on both teams. That's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike call on St. Joe's. Taking some exception to that penalty by McQuaid.
So Jared Campbell going off.
So it should be 5-on-5 with, I believe, the ball going to McQuaid since that was the second penalty.
Joel, I got to say, You know you're lacrosse here. So
There's new situations every time, but
Yeah.
I think I remember that happening before. I could very well be wrong, though. Have to see what the penalties are, I guess, first.
As that's what they're discussing, 5-on-5 here. So you were right, Joel. It will be McQuaid's possession on the 5-on-5. As St. Joe's has too many defenders on that side of the field. Closing seconds here today, 35 seconds remaining in the game. Can McQuaid add to their score total?
McQuaid penalty, 2 minutes, cross-check.
Klimowski.
Jones penalty, 1 minute, unsportsmanlike.
Opet gets belted. This will remain McQuaid ball at 19 seconds remaining.
I was just getting ready for the shot, too, and he got knocked off course, but they will keep possession.
Klimowski has it stripped away. Ball into the air. St. Joe's with the possession, closing seconds. As running it up the field will be 34, Sam Latour, the captain, sending that all the way through. And, well, that means we'll just have one last clock stoppage. And St. Joe's comes into today. And we'll have our SweetLax lacrosse player of the game coming up next. Our final score today from McQuaid Jesuit as St. Joe's comes to town from Section 6 and prevails 10-7. St. Joe's now moving their record to 13-1 on the season. Don't go anywhere. We will have our SweetLax player of the game to be named after this break. You're watching Section 5 Boys Lacrosse here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So our final score here today as the teams shake hands, St. Joe's 10, McQuaid 7. Our SweetLax lacrosse player of the game, I think we'll have to go with Polera today as Kellen Polera, number 23, 3 goals to go to 40 on the season, 2 assists today. This is a very balanced and deep attack here for St. Joe's, but leading the way, no doubt, Kellen Polera. He'll be our SweetLax lacrosse player of the game, number 23.
4 points on the day, 3 goals, like you said, to push his total for the season up to 40. He's a fun player to watch. He's certainly one of the leaders of this team. Played a really good game today, and his 3 goals, the difference in today's outcome, 10-7 game. So he played an outstanding game, very well deserving of today's SweetLax player of the game.
Now for McQuaid, they get tomorrow, Sunday to rest, and then they are at Wayne on Monday, and then back on Saturday here at McQuaid against Irondequoit. So McQuaid, one of the teams to watch for here in Section 5 in Class B. So today a loss 10-7, but this is it's a good measuring stick for this program here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those games where it counts on the record, but it's not in their conference record. It doesn't affect seeding for sectionals. So it's a good test to see where they are in the season. And they've been playing really well. They've beaten some good teams this year. I think they're building some momentum as we get closer to sectionals, and they should make some noise this year.
Well, Joel, thank you for your help today.
Thank you.
Appreciate
it's
it.
Fun, as always.
Yeah, so we want to thank Richard Vanetti here at McQuaid Jesuit doing the PA today, helping us spot along the way. Nice folks here at McQuaid, thank you for your hospitality. Our photographer today, Joe Krorecki, and for Joel Bethazer, my name is Gene Battaglia, and we thank you for watching the Section 5 Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. My name is Gene Battaglia here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.